Okay everyone, so today we're taking a look at the Scout Lightweight Outdoor Emergency Tent by LFO. So let's see how well it makes an emergency tent, and let's see if it really is lightweight the way they say it is. So let's go ahead and let's start this video. Okay everyone, so the big question is the Scout Lightweight Outdoor Emergency Tent by LFO. Is this a lightweight tent? And the answer to that is no. This tent does weigh in at 6 pounds, 4.2 ounces, and the stuff sack, it does have a length of 22 inches and it does have a width of 8 inches. Now, will this make a great emergency tent to carry with you? And the answer to that is yes. I am going to go and I am going to show you what you can take with you and what you can leave behind. Okay everyone, so now we're taking a look at the Scout Lightweight Outdoor Emergency Tent by LFO. Completely taken out. As you can see, it does come with the stuff sack here, and it comes in a really nice encased mylar type layer in the inside, and it also does come with that on the tent itself, as you can see right here. Now the heaviest items that you do have on this tent, you do have stakes here that are made out of stainless steel, and it does come with 16 of them. So this is a really heavy part of your weight, so you do want to take these out and get something in lightweight aluminum. Keep the stuff sack, doesn't weigh nothing. You can pull these out and not carry these if you want to go light. And it also does come with poles here as well. These are the poles to set it up. These poles here are made out of stainless steel. Again, if you're a hiker and you use trekking poles, you can use your trekking poles. And if you're into bushcrafting, stuff like that, you can find something out in the woods to compensate for this and take this weight out as well. And you don't have to take this as well. And right here, you have the Rainfly, and you also have the tent. And it also does come with these. I would leave them in there. These are really nice guidelines. It does come with 4 of them, and super lightweight, no big deal. And you could also get rid of that stuff sack, and in a minute I am going to show you how you can compensate for all this weight to carry with you in a really big emergency situation that you just want to bug out with your backpack and you don't want to carry too much weight. This would be a much better idea than carrying a tarp. Okay everyone, so the big question was, can you get the Scout Lightweight Outdoor Emergency Tent by LFO? Can you get it lighter? The answer is yes, you can. Now I eliminated those stainless steel stakes. I also eliminated those stainless steel poles that it comes with that weigh way too much, and also the stakes. 16 of those stakes that weigh at least, I gotta say, about 1.5 pounds, or maybe even a little bit more, because those stakes, they weighed a lot more than the poles. So now I got this down to 3 pounds, 4.3 ounces. This is what it's gonna weigh. Have the guidelines rolled in there. I also have my aluminum stakes rolled in there as well. So this is what it's gonna look like. You can get it down smaller. This also does have a built-in bug net into it, and it also does have a Rainfly, so that works out really good. A lot of those tarp systems that they have out there, fine, they roll out into an A-frame. That's wonderful, but you're not taking into consideration the elements of what might happen. It might be a very wintry day and you might need to bug it all down, and on something like this you're going to be able to do it. And what if it's a time where it's really humid and stuff and there's a lot of bugs out? Well, this is going to have a bug net. This is going to totally enclose you, and it's going to totally protect you. So, you know, there's a lot of things that you need to think about in a survival situation. Something like this is going to keep you comfortable being enclosed, and yes, having a tarp is going to be a totally different experience. Take it from me, because I know, because I've done tarp tenting, I've traveled around the country, and I'm going to tell you, having a backpack and just carrying a tarp and stuff and using a tarp is a totally different experience than being inside a tent. Now, 3 pounds, 4.3 ounces, is this the lightest tent? No, it is not the lightest tent. There are tents that are a lot lighter out there, but you got to take into consideration this is only $49.99, and a lot of those other tents are going to be like in the $300 to $400 range, and this is going to have a removable Rainfly when you don't need it. You can take it off, and you're going to have a bug net on the top, and you're going to be able to get all that ventilation inside of your tent. And when you need to hunker it all down, you can hunker it down, and you're going to be able to get a little bit more breathability instead of having a single wall tent as well. Those single wall tents usually tend to have a lot of condensation, and on something like this you can reduce the condensation levels by opening certain things and closing certain things. So this is going to be an ideal and a very comfortable way to spend your time if you're going to have to bug out of your house, or say you're going to have to you have to bug in to get stuff, and it's going to take you a few days to get bug in. This is going to be a more optional tent to carry. It's not going to weigh as much. Now, it's not going to be the lightest like carrying a tarp, but like I tell you, if you got to spend a few weeks or a few days out there and you're not 100% used to it and you've never yet stayed in a tarp, it is going to be a lot more difficult. This just either takes 2 trekking poles, or you can, if you're a bushcrafter and you're studying bushcraft, or you are an avid bushcrafter already, you know, in the wilderness you can find something to set this tent up, and you can even make your own stakes. So that is going to be a plus there. Now, if you're carrying the whole thing, because you can't just carry the whole 6 pounds, I mean, it's not going to matter. If you want to carry the whole 6 pounds, and you're, let's say, Ray, I just want to carry everything and carry the weight of the stakes, carry the poles and everything, that is going to be 100% up to you. I mean, that is not going to be a problem. It would be ideal to carry just the whole tent. If you're going to put it in your car and you're going to forget about it, you're going to put it in your truck, you're going to forget about it, and say something happens and then you're going to need it. The bag has quite a bit of room to put supplies in there, and it does have cinch buckles to cinch it down and tighten everything up. So that would be a possibility as well. But if you're going to just have a backpack and you're going to bug out of your car or you bug out of your truck and you're going to hightail it, you can lighten and load by carrying a lot lighter stuff. And I would suggest, if you're going to carry the bag, you don't have to carry those stakes. You can get some lighter stakes. Keep the little stuff sack it comes with, and keep the guy lines and everything. Or if you want 550 paracord guy lines, you know, you can do that as well, and just get lighter aluminum stakes. The other thing with those poles, you don't have to carry those poles. Find some tripods that are old, take them apart. As long as they're 53 inches, you can get a 53 inch or even the longer ones. I believe they have some tripod poles that go all the way to 65 inches or 68 inches. There you go. You can use those, take them apart, and those tripod poles are going to be a lot more lighter, and you can use the tripod poles in the same configuration. So there's a lot of possibilities to this tent. Like I said, this is a beginner's tent, and it's also an emergency preparedness tent. Now, could you use this on a hike or anything like that? Of course you can. I mean, it's waterproof. You're not going to have to worry about no bugs getting in there. It's a regular tent, but this is more for a beginner and more for an emergency situation. So just wanted to let you know that. Okay, everyone, so the most important thing anyone's looking in an emergency situation is easy setup. And this has totally 100% easy setup. If you have trekking poles, which that's what I carry when I go hiking, you just got to set them with your trekking poles, run some guy lines on either side, and stick it out on all four corners, and you're ready to go. Now, if you're going to carry this and you don't want to carry none of this and you're a bushcrafter, all you got to do is make sure that you do have a guy line on either side. Set them up with whatever you're going to set it up with. Make your own stakes and you're ready to go. Now, it does come with its own poles, and these are stainless steel poles that it does come with. And these stainless steel poles, I would not recommend them, just for the fact is that they're way too heavy. But in a situation where you are carrying them in your car or your truck or your any other vehicle that you might have, and you need to set up a tent quickly, they'll still work. Okay, everyone, so I am going to be walking you through the main part of the tent. This is made out of 190T polyester, and the Rainfly is also made out of 190T polyester, and it is taped and seamed. As we go up and we are looking at a heavy-duty grommet that it does have for your poles, and it also does have a nylon heavy-duty loop for your guy lines. And as we see the top part of the tent, it's made out of a very nice breathable material. Like that, you'll have a lot of breathability inside your tent. And as we go down, we are seeing the guy line. When you do put your pole up, you are going to need a guy line to get it nice and taut. As we go down, we are looking at the stake that's put there, and we are also looking at a line lock that it does also have on the guy line to tension it up where you might need it. So that is a very nice, neat feature that it does have. Let's go to the front of the tent again, and let's see the nice material that it does have. Like I said, it is 190T polyester. So now as we go down, we are going to see one of the stakes and one of the grommets there for all four corners. And as we go further up, we also see that it does have a nylon line that goes all the way to the back, and it does have a loop where you are going to stake it down for more added stability. And as we go towards the bottom of this tent, we are going to see that it does have a nice breathable mesh on the bottom that goes all the way across the tent for added breathability. And on the other side, you are going to have the same thing. You are going to have that same nice nylon line, and right there, that is another stake. And as you go further back, there's going to be another stake with a loop as well. So basically, you're going to have all the same thing on all the corners for added stability. And as we go up, you are going to see that there's my pole right there. And you can also see the bug netting right there on the door on both sides. And as we go up, you're going to see the way I tied it down with the loop. And there's the other grommet there as well. Okay, everyone, so as we go down, we are seeing the other guy line, and it is going to lead down to the other stake that I did put on there. You do need to stake this out to make it nice and taut. And the guy lines, all of them do come with line locks as well. So that is a very nice added feature that they did add to the guy lines. As we go up, we are seeing the very nice bug netting that it does have. And it does have a bathtub floor, and it is made out of a 210D Oxford material, and it is taped and seamed as well. Okay, so now we are taking a look at the zippers. They do have zipper pulls on the inside and the outside for easy access, and they are pretty fluid. And it also is going to have a zipper going towards the top. And it also does have a flap with Velcro tabs on it for added security, like that no water will get into your tent. So that is a very nice feature. And you do have one on the top and you do have one on the bottom. Okay, so now we are taking a look at the main door that does enclose the bug netting. It does have a Mylar type material on the inside to keep warmth and also to keep the cool inside of it. So that is a very nice added feature, and you do have a toggle there as well. And it does close out very nicely and zips down very nicely, and it does Velcro as well, like that no rain or no elements of the outside will get in. So that is a very nice added feature. As you can see, the pull tab, very easy and nice and fluid. So I am inside the tent. As you can see, plenty of room. I'm actually sitting down in here. This is considered a two-person tent, and I gotta say that you could probably get 2 people in here, or 1 person and 2 children, or even 2 people and a dog. And you could put all your equipment in here without having any problems of it getting wet, and you'll be fine. So you're looking at 86 inches long, and you're looking at 55 inches wide, and you're looking at 53 inches tall. So you got a really, really nice, look at that, me stretching up my hand, and it's way up there. So I am going to show you. This is the zipper for the bug netting, and then the other zipper for the other side. The fly of the tent is right there as well, and you got this as well right here, and you do have this really nice mylar covering as well, so it's going to keep you warm if you need to stay warm. And if you get you attract cool air in here, it's going to stay in here for a pretty long time. So let me go ahead and let me pan around and let me show you. Let me get this, put this lid back down there, and as you can see right there, that is that long ventilation part that I told you. So if you open that and you have your net open here and you have your other net open here and you roll that up, you're going to have plenty of ventilation. And the same thing on this other side as well. As you can see, you have the other vent there, and you also have a pocket right here as well. So very nice, very comfortable, very big. As you can see, I was measuring the tent because the measurements did say something else, but it's way bigger than what it says it really is. So very perfect as far as having something to sleep in. So I think you guys would prefer staying in something like this instead of staying in a tarp, don't you think? I think a tarp is fine, right? It's no problem. If you got a tarp because you want to save weight, that's perfectly fine. But if you're not used to being out in the wilderness, right, and you want a little bit more comfort, I think this is the way to go. As far as an emergency place to stay in, this would be more ideal. This is like a very lightweight pop tent, almost like one of those little military style type pop tents. But yes, you know, you take the tent with you and study some bushcrafting, and you won't have to worry about taking any poles or anything like that. You're in a wood situation, cut yourself the right length of a pole and you're ready to go. You know, you won't have to worry about carrying trekking poles and that other kind of stuff. I mean, if I don't want to carry trekking poles and I want to carry this, I just can find the right measurement on poles and I'll put them up there, make my own stakes, and I'm ready to go. So that's something to think about. There is the reinforced area right up here. That's the reinforced area where the pole goes, and the same thing right there. So very nice and very, very efficient. I really like it. And what else can I say? I mean, this for me is the perfect way to go if you want an emergency tent, or if you're looking for something to carry with you as an emergency type place to stay in. This can keep your equipment dry, it'll keep you dry, and it most possibly might even keep your loved ones dry. So the next thing I am going to do is put up the Rainfly, like that. You can check that out. So let's get to that. Okay everyone, so here is the Rainfly. It is made out of 190T polyester as well, and it is taped and seamed for 100% total waterproofing. And as you can see in the bottom, it does have like a small gap under there like that. You can put supplies and items like that. They won't get wet. So that is a very nice feature, that the left side does have a longer flap than the right side to keep supplies and items dry if you don't want to put them inside your tent. It would be a great place to put your dirty, muddy boots as well. Okay everyone, so I do want to thank everyone for joining me today and checking out the Scout Lightweight Outdoor Emergency Tent by LFO. I also want to thank LFO for sending this out for test and review purposes. And everyone, if you do like this tent is $49.99 right now. I think it does make it a perfect emergency tent for a lot of different reasons. And I am going to have it in the description, so go check it out there. And I am also going to have it on my Amazon store, so I do encourage everyone to go check it out on my Amazon store because it does help support this channel. And for everyone that's shopped there, I thank you very much. Thumbs up to all of you. And please everyone, do follow me on Facebook and Instagram. And please like, share, comment down below as well. And please subscribe. And as always everyone, I'll see you in the next video.